Alright, we're live? Yep. Let's get into a game of doubles then. Alright, I selected a little topic for this stream. I don't know if you noticed, the topic for this stream is times I nearly died. Quite interesting topic really. The reason I picked it is because there's quite a few times I died when I was little. We're gonna wait to the game because we don't want to spoil all of it for now. It's probably gonna be a half an hour stream just like the last one. And I hope you guys enjoy the start of it. Yeah. Alright, I got a little countdown now. I was meant to be playing with someone, but are they in? No, they're not. No. I guess they'd have to pie. To be fair, I did take ages to start this stream up. It was ridiculous. I was here, and Streamlabs is really confusing. It's the third-party website I use. No, I'm streaming. Yeah, I'm just gonna not protect that. I'll put some stuff on defense. I can go bridge. Okay, I want to see this. Oh, he can breezely. Alright, fair enough. Okay, how about we meet it halfway and neither of us protect. Oh, I've just dropped my... Oh my god, I'm awful at this game. Right, so let's start off the first story. So, it was in Italy when I was younger, and my parents told me about this story. Yeah, and I was in Italy when I was younger, and die. And basically I was on a bed, getting changed, and this was when I was about 4 years old. So I don't know the complete story. This is from my parents. Not a reliable source here, but I think I'm reliable enough. Basically, when I was younger, I was on this bed. What the hell is he doing? And my parents were there, and they were just mind their own business, just doing what parents do, I guess. And then a scorpion was approaching me, and scorpions, not all of them are bad. I mean, they do hurt, they do sting and that, so they can, well, and I was a baby, so it was even worse. And this scorpion had this, yeah, it was walking towards me, and basically the way its tail was, these were one of the poisonous scorpions, so this scorpion could have, well, quite easily killed me. But yeah, so one of that death-defying moments. Not really a mad stunt or anything, not something particularly crazy. But yeah, that's one thing. There's another time. There's a lot of crazy stories I had from my childhood, I guess. So another time, like when I was a child, I swallowed a jar of pennies. Quite interesting, I know. This guy's coming behind me, isn't he? Let's just build this little thing here. I've got an enchanted sword and you don't. Right. So yeah, I swallowed a jar of pennies. And my mum was actually the person that stopped, because there's a lot of stories that I've been told from when I was younger. Because yeah, I was a bit of an idiot really. I'm not an idiot, I'd say, but there's a lot of stuff that I did which I shouldn't have done. But ew. Okay, what's this guy doing? Tell you what, you know what? I'm just gonna let you do that. I'm gonna go to run towards your bed. Oh my god. I dropped the wrong thing. Do you know what? I don't even care. Right, yeah, so I swallowed this jar of pennies when I was younger, and then my mum, like, she was the one that saved me, obviously. She, like, hit my back a few times, I'm presuming, and stopped that from happening, which is, I guess, yeah, yeah, near brush with death, well, I'd say. Are they, the pink team are still alive. So yeah, that was one of the death-defying moments. It's like death has approached me a few times, and alright, that's fair enough. Yeah, so Death has approached me a few times, and I've clearly just not allowed Death to come in. It's just Death defying, really. Not Death defying stunts. It's not like I'm doing crazy stuff on purpose. I mean, I probably wasn't aware of half the stuff I did. So, a lot of things I say and do, I don't usually mean to do or say those things. So, especially in the, what's he doing? He's got nothing. Alright, whatever. I did it twice. I did it twice. How did I do this twice? This is... Alright, anyway. So, yeah. So I was swallowing this jar of pennies and my mum hit off, and that's the end of that story, I guess. And then this next story is... I wouldn't really call me dying, but I guess, like if a crazy person took me, I probably could have died. So we were in Venice one year, and, my parents let my sisters, like, push the pram. And this was when I was like a baby, so, and we were in Venice, and we're in a supermarket, and basically, well, again, okay, I'm just not gonna use that bridge. I don't know what's happening. Why am I feeling? I'm shaking. Oh my god, really panicky. I don't even know why. But yeah, so what's he putting as Einstein? So yeah, what was happening is, oh my god, I need to stretch. Well, it's not spicy enough for Jason Taylor. Right, so yeah, we're in Venice one year, and then my sisters get the pram, and then I can't remember what happened really, because I was a baby, and if you can remember everything from like being a baby, that's really impressive. Part of me would be like, that's really cool, and part of me would be like, I don't feel like you're telling the truth. Sick. Oh, he put... Nice. See, now he's defending. Right. Okay, we're just gonna do the bridge the easy way. If I fail it this way, I'm just gonna be insanely mad. Red obby. Right, whatever. We got... Yeah, so... Yeah, I got left in the supermarket, and it was only like, I want to say like 15 minutes later from what they said, that they realized that I was gone. And yeah, I also used to try climb on top of my wardrobe a lot as a kid. I don't know if this is normal. If please like message in saying if like your child was as weird as this one. But when I was a kid, I used to climb on top of my wardrobe, do a lot of dumb things really. A lot of stuff that a lot of people wouldn't see as like sane or wouldn't let their kids do. I wasn't a very normal child. Then again, which child is a normal child? Because this like the word normal, it's not an accurate term. Like, alright, let's noof. Alright, whatever. This guy's clearly quite annoyed. But yeah, basically, a lot of stuff I did when I was a child. I used to have a lot of old YouTube videos on my channel. If you guys are wondering, I deleted. Not deleted. I've privated all of them because, in my opinion, my old videos are quite cringy. Yeah. I don't know what to talk about. I'm not new to YouTube, obviously, because I've been doing it for about 6 years. It's just I'm not used to this status of YouTube. I can vlog. I feel like there's a lot more to do when I'm vlogging. But I don't want to vlog because I'm a teenager. The chances of me having a voice crack are massive, and yeah, I just don't feel like I would be in peak condition to do vlogging. I also find it a bit cringy. When I've watched my old vlogs, I cringe a lot. But if it's yeah, it is what it is. Come over here. Yeah, come this way. Wait, oh, I didn't think they'd make that. Alright, be gone. Oh, poo. He's got that. Why do I keep? Yeah, if you're wondering how I'm able to zoom in for PS4 players or Xbox players, it's a mod called Optifine. I mean, a lot of PS4 players don't know this, but there is something you can use on PS4, like sorting out some settings where you can zoom in. I don't know if they could do it on Xbox. The only Xbox I've owned is a 360, but yeah. I mean, honestly, I think the Xbox 360 is the best Xbox, but ah, crap. That's freaking stupid as hell. So, you're right. I don't know if you noticed, I'm not one of the most talented bedwars players in the world. I would like to say I'm decent, but under pressure, I'm awful, really. Every time I just get a little bit of pressure, I panic. I'm no good. It depends on the situation, really. I'd like to think that in like a life and death situation, if there's a lot of pressure, I think I'd go past the pressure and rise above. But it's more of a fight or flight instinct, really. So, well, it's kind of one of those situations. It's like what I'd think I'd do and what I'd actually do. Because nobody needs normal in a life and death situation. Wait, is he got, no, he's not got a diamond sword. I was gonna say, who buys a diamond sword? That's just a crappy buy move. Honestly, I thought he'd run after me. That's why I was set off. Oh yeah. Back to near-death scenarios, I guess. One second, let me close my door. Oh my god, what are they cooking? That smells lovely. I think it's pizza. Probably not though. I've been getting a lot of my senses wrong lately. Yeah, it's not many. There's a lot of scenarios where I think I'm going to be near death. I have anxiety-ish, but everybody really realistically has some sort of anxiety. Other than, well, the SAS, who, well, not, I mean, even the SAS probably have anxiety. You can have anxiety pretty easily. It's like, a lot of people say, oh no, I don't have anxiety, but then they're like, oh no, we don't want to go in there, we'll die. And then, well, that's anxiety. So, just being cautious about something. But yeah, everybody's anxiety is something that keeps us alive, in my opinion. So it's important. It's just, yeah. I have anxiety about talking to new people, but when I get to know people, I think I like to think that I do better when I talk to people. Like, because at first I'm like I'm not really confident, and then I get to know it. But a lot of my anxiety is mainly influenced through the media, in my opinion. Like, if I see an old dude, my first reaction isn't to go and talk to him. It's to be cautious because obviously you hear about, you know, a lot of stories that are quite negative towards that group of people. Even though old people are actually quite nice, because they've had a lot of stories, and I love learning about stories from times where I've not existed because it's news basically. I like learning about stuff that I haven't known about before. Because a lot of, if you look in, because at the moment I'm doing GCSEs and stuff, and in my opinion they're very boring. I wish we could just do part coursework, part GCSE like papers, but we're not because the government won't allow that. Because what my dad told me is because it makes it too easy, and the government don't really want people being able to have like easier jobs, because it means that they'll get into high qualifications and everything, and you'll see poor people mixing with richer people, which I don't think the government likes, because a lot of politicians come from wealthy backgrounds, and that's not very nice. Yeah, that's just what I think. Obviously, people can have their own opinions. If you don't let people have their own opinions, you're just not a good person. I mean, you can be a good person by not letting people have their own opinions, but it depends, because if you're a parent sheltering your kid for something, by not letting them have an opinion on something, that could be good, but it could also have negative effects, and stuff. For example, if I was talking about someone and they disagreed, I'm not gonna just like silence them or anything. Um, Obviously, there's freedom of speech, but like freedom of speech obviously doesn't mean no repercussions. I mean, it's it's basic. If I went into the public and started chanting racist things, which I wouldn't, I dislike racism really. Um, I know people are racist, but yeah. Um, but obviously there's going to be a repercussion. Obviously, there's nothing that would stop me from doing that. I think there's no laws that would stop me from doing that. But obviously, there's probably going to be people that want to, stab me or stuff because, well, would stab people like that because obviously racism's racism, and BLM is a very good movement. I mean, there's a lot of things in it that I think, alright, they're doing it for good reasons, but they can be using bad methods. Like the rioting and stuff like that. Rioting and looting isn't okay, but standing up for like millions of enslaved people is good, because they're just showing that they want to be treated equally, and that's the way it should be, in a way. Oh, what is that? That's uncool, my guy. Yeah, you can go. But yeah, standing up for all of these movements I like, because like these movements are important. They help our society out. But obviously, a lot of people don't like them because sick, sick, sick. Oh, he's back. But yeah, obviously, a lot of people disagree, which is fine. It's fine to disagree with things. Obviously, it depends where you stand. I mean, obviously, everybody should be treated equally. I mean, yeah, because if, let's say there's a mass murderer, um, and then you're saying like a guy that killed one person shouldn't be killed. Um, Obviously, it's like basically if you're gonna do something for one person, you've got to do it for every other person. But obviously, that doesn't always work because people like the sound of that, but they don't like putting it into practice. Which is because it's like, let's say a let's just say a kid steals something, and he needs to get punished. Does he get the same punishment, like capital punishment? Obviously not, because he only stole something. However, he's still committing a crime. But yeah, it's just like there's ways that need to go around it, and oh my god, I am not very good at like doing commentary. It's not my strong point. But yeah, it's confusing because people say, oh, he's only a boy and things like that, and he's only stole, he needs to learn, and that's fine. I completely agree with that. Obviously, if it's a child, it's a child. They've probably never stolen anything before, but I think everybody deserves a punishment. For one thing, I'm not talking about capital punishment. I don't think anybody realistically deserves to die. I know, like, if people do die, I'm not one of those people that's going to say, that's awful, that shouldn't have happened. I'm more of one of those people that say, that's really sad, now let's move on. Because dying is dying to me. Like, everybody's going to die eventually. And even though it's awful and it sounds awful, nobody wants to die. Everybody says they want to live. Like, people that say they want to die, it all depends on how they value their life, because a lot of people just don't understand what they have, and it can be quite tragic sometimes, to see people wanting to like kill themselves and whatever, and those people can be nice people, but there's a lot of bad things that have happened to them to make them feel that way. So Anyway, let's get onto a much less serious topic. Back to me dying personally, which is more comedy really. But not dying at this point because there's only a certain amount of near-death experience. So I imagine, like, I mean, every experience is, there could be a near-death experience. Let's say I go on a plane, that plane may be a bit faulty. That's a near-death experience because the plane could not work. Going in a car could be a near-death experience because somebody could, nice, somebody could like run you off the side of the road and die. But it's just, I mean, I don't know how the YouTube algorithm works. I feel like I should be saying destroyed, but I feel like die is more of an appropriate word. But yeah, it's, somebody could run you off the road, and life could end any second, and I think that's what makes it so precious. It's the fact that anything could go anywhere, and I mean, no, I'm just quoting Ricky Gervais from, what's it called? Afterlife, I think. Yeah, I don't really watch a lot of series. I'll watch series I enjoy. I've watched a lot of Money Heist and things. I enjoy like Money Heist. It's a good thing. I enjoy Rick and Morty. Rick and Morty's hilarious. Like anytime a series of Rick and Morty comes out, I'm just watching it straight away. Don't. You're really bad at this. But yeah, anytime a series of Rick and Morty comes out, I'm just straight binging it. I just love Rick and Morty. It's hilarious. One of my favorite episodes has got to be. It's actually a tough question. That. That's not good. At all. It was destroyed by yellow. Okay, white's still alive. I'm red. Is anybody? Pink is dead. Grey is dead. I'm gonna come over here. It seems like a safe bet. Yeah, it's just. Yeah, I think one of my favorite episodes of Rick and Morty's gotta be Pickle Rick. That stuff was hilarious. Plus it's Pickle Rick. One emerald. We'll just buy a jump. Why not? I can hear my dad. I think he's making like some sort of food or whatever, hummus. He was making hummus yesterday and wasn't awful and just wasn't appealing. How much time left on the timer? I might buy a dragon buff and just wait for the survival points. Yeah, there's a lot of shows that I watch. I like horror movies as well. Horror movies are quite interesting. Well, not horror movie. I don't like love horror movies, but I don't hate them. There's a lot of things that are like classed as horror that I like. I like The Walking Dead. That's pretty cool. Pretty good show. It's really interesting, and I love character development really. I was watching the Dream SMP recently as well because the main reason I watched the Dream SMP is because I love the way they write it. It's just a lot of character development, and you kind of get to follow a character and get behind their ideals of that character. So, ooh, white should go after yellow team, but saying that, you never know. Ah, it's a joke. Right. They have way too many explosives as a team. Wow. Wait, I get a fight? No, I did not. Yeah. So what was I on about? I don't know. Not very good at that. let's go back to like the anxiety topic then. Why not? Um, yeah, basically anxiety. Yeah, it works in many forms because I have an anxiety. I don't want to say of heights because it's like I could look at a like go walk off a not walk off a high cliff. That would just be suicide. But I could go off and look in over a white cliff. A lot white cliff. God damn it. Okay, I'm looking. I'm getting my words mixed up. I could look off a big cliff and whatever, and I'll be fine with looking over that cliff. But what I like don't like is one of my anxieties is just structure. Like if I don't think something is built safely, like usually won't go on it. Like I don't like to go on wooden roller coaster rides because one, they're made of wood, and every time I think of wooden roller coaster rides, I think, oh, that's just dangerous because I've seen so many like videos of like people just cutting wood in half with their bare hands, and I think if they can do that with their bare hands and they're human, what is like a a really heavy roller coaster with a ton of people gonna do? And it's just, yeah. Like if something's just purely solid and I can't see through it, that just suits me. That's fine. I just don't like hollow things because I remember when I was little, the first time I noticed this fear was I'm really bad at that parkour. I'm just gonna give up on that. The first time I noticed this fear was when I was younger, and my dad was going to do something, and there was this glass staircase that we had to walk up basically, and when we were walking up this glass staircase, I noticed, oh my god, this is made of glass and I can see through it. I don't like being able to see through the things I'm working on, and I especially because movies and that influence everything I think about. Because I just think of glass and I think of people just falling through it, jumping through it, and I'm like, oh my god, that's terrifying. The handles are glass, like the railings, everything, and it was this huge building, and it just panicked like me so much and I just couldn't go on it. Like, I managed to walk up it, but it was just me being really slow. Like, I was on all fours just climbing up this like staircase. So, and it was really terrifying. So, I mean, obviously a lot of people are quite more daring than me. So, I like to think that in a situation though, I'd like to think if there was somebody else's life on the line, I'd probably give my life up for them because I mean, I don't really care whose life it is. I remember when I was younger, my dad did a really, what I'd say, heroic act. I mean, firemen do it every day, but yeah, when I was younger, there was a building across the street on fire, and my dad went in without hesitation. Really, he went in and saved a disabled girl from the building, um, and yeah. And it's quite sad, honestly, because if you think about it, firemen do that every day and they're risking their own lives. And then we have like governments and that saying, "Oh look, we've got to lower the pay rises of these firemen that are sacrificing their lives every day, and instead put money into their own bank accounts," which is weird because it's just all they do most of the day is sit and talk about laws. I mean, don't get me wrong, laws are important. They keep the society together, but it's just I don't think because it's like if me and my friends were to sit around bickering all day and not really getting any progress done, because that's what a lot of it is. Because you have to have a majority to get these laws through. So what you have to do, I'm gonna stop moving around. I'm just gonna take my hands off the table so I can concentrate. What you have to do to like get a law to pass is you have to like sort it out in the House of Commons. Everybody has to get a majority vote and that, and then you go to the House of Lords with this law, and then they have to agree too. So not only do you have to get a majority in one like house, you have to get a majority in two house is which depends because House of Lords it's full of a lot of older people. I mean, half the time if you ever watch like the House of Lords, half of them are asleep. It's ridiculous. They get paid £500 every time for just turning up. That's ridiculous. Imagine if I got paid £500 for just turning up to school and talking. That'd be insane. I'd go every day. I mean, I do go every day, other than when I'm sick and got appointments. But it's insane how like ridiculous it is that they get paid for doing effectively bickering, because a lot of the laws that they say don't go through. And one of my friends was talking to me about this. They were saying, how did like me dying go to this? I don't know. I just rant a lot. It's ridiculous. But one of my friends was saying, what was it? What was it? Yeah, they were saying this like thing that went out, and it's like, if you were in a situation like on a plane, would you rather like, if there's like a person here, let's just imagine you're part of this plane crowd, we're all part of this plane crowd. There's like me, there's this guy here, there's these people, everyone, all of these people are on this plane, and they're like, okay, if you're on a plane, would you rather like, who would you rather let fly? Like, there's gonna be a pilot basically. Who's gonna like, who are you wanting to be your pilot? A person that's gonna say, all right, I'll give you £200, or a person that's like, oh, I'm an experienced pilot. I mean, quite obviously, you're gonna go with the experienced pilot. I mean, unless you're scared of planes and just don't go on planes in general, then you'll probably take the £200 and leave the plane. But obviously you're going to pick the experienced pilot because you want everything to go smoothly. But it's weird because it's like, then how come we let our prime minister be unexperienced with being a prime minister and running a country? Yeah, I think you understand what I mean. So it's like, if you want something to be like done, you want an experienced person, but our prime ministers and that are usually quite unexperienced. If it's on like their second time in, then they'll probably be a bit more experienced than that. But if they've only just went in it once and they well, it's their first time going in it, then it's like, oh, I've never run a country before, but I'll give you this. And then they realize, oh wait, I can't do A, B, C, and D because we don't have enough money. So then they're like, oh well, let's tax people. And then they tax people, and then the people lose money, the people get mad, and then they don't vote them in again because obviously, yeah. I'm saying not obviously, yeah, a lot here, but it's just, it's crazy really. Um, but yeah, I don't know, probably gonna end the stream here then. I hope you did enjoy watching it. It's quite an interesting stream. I don't know, there's a lot of controversial topics in this, a lot of stuff. If there's nothing if there's things you don't like enjoy in my videos, you don't like what I'm saying, please tell me, because I struggle to realize the right and wrong a lot. So yeah, just tell me in my videos if you think something's a bit too edgy. Obviously I'm gonna say things that are edgy, but I want it to just be like edgy enough for it to be able to go through YouTube algorithm, but not too edgy to the point where it's like, okay, this guy's a bit, you know, because I get confused. So please leave a like, comment on the video, and please just, if you can, if you've watched all the way through, that's amazing, thank you. And if you have watched all the way through, just leave, I don't know, a smiley face in the comment, why not? To confuse people that haven't watched all the way through. Yep, we're gonna be one of those cringy YouTubers that's like this, right? So thanks for watching, I guess. What's the stream key? Yeah, thanks for watching. Leave a like, subscribe, and goodbye.